Okay, are we live? Is everything working? All my usual questions. I think something's weird about my camera angle today. I think I accidentally bumped this. Whoa. So, pardon me as I adjust. Something's weird. I don't know. Okay. Is this working? Can you see me? Can you hear me? For some reason, it didn't look like this was actually working when I tried to check. But let's see. I'm going to give everyone a little second. Okay. I think it's working. It looks like it's working on my phone. So that's good. Hello, hello, hello. We're doing a little bit of an earlier stream today. I feel like I don't know if I've ever done one before. I don't know. Noon, my time at least. I'm in Eastern Standard Time. So hold on. Just checking everything. Hello, welcome. New subscriber here. Love the channel. Welcome. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for being here. What movie brought you here? Which reaction? Okay, I guess this is working. But yeah, I usually kind of start the streams around 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 p.m. EST. So I thought I'd try to do one a little bit earlier today for, I don't know, just to change things up. So I guess if you're on the West Coast, it's like 9 a.m. Where is everyone tuning in from? Let me know in the chat. Okay. But welcome, and if you're new to the streams in general, I like to try to go live somewhat every month, but we skipped July. July was just kind of a funky month for my schedule, and I like to try to do them towards the beginning of each month so that I can talk about what we watched movie-wise on the YouTube channel in the previous month. And so anyway, July just kind of escaped from me. There wasn't a good time to do it at the beginning of the month. So here we are. So we'll be talking about what we watched in June and July on the YouTube channel specifically. So that'll be fun. Oh, hi from Australia. Wow. So is it midnight your time? I think Australia is just a solid 12-hour difference from EST. Well, I guess there's a lot of different parts of Australia. Australia's, a vast continent, so there might be multiple different times there. Yep, okay, that would make sense. But either way, it's late at night for you. Very loud car revving outside. Oh my gosh. Those engines that rev, I hate them. Anyone else? But yeah, okay, so we give out Camilla's Choice Awards for what was happening in the previous month. So this month we'll have 2 months worth of YouTube videos to be giving awards out to. It was a little bit of a hard selection, a little difficult, but as always, I've got them in my little notebook over here. So we'll get to that as well. But I hope all of y'all are doing well. Let's see. Yeah, so this is such a long list that I should have made a little graphic for all of the movies that we'll be choosing from, but I do at least have what the awards are over here. So there's that. But we'll get to that in a little bit. We don't have to do that right now. I guess we can start it slowly in a little bit. 2 in the morning in Australia. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Do you usually go to bed pretty late though? If I am on a good schedule and everything, I'm definitely a morning person. I like to get up early, all of that. But sometimes you just end up staying up later than you meant to. I definitely prefer early mornings though than late nights if I had to choose. What's the cat's name that appears in your videos? Peanut. He was just having a case of the zoomies right before I started this video, so I was gonna try to get him to be here at the beginning, but that boy was zooming around, being so hyper. Yeah, but da da da. Oh, I wonder if I did this on the wrong. Did I do this on the wrong? Oh. Okay, I don't know how I did this, but I think I accidentally started a different live, technically, from the link. So anything that I posted on like Patreon, etc., it's a different link that I'm currently going live on. How did I even do that? Okay. So maybe I should fix that really quick on the back end in case people are sitting around in the other live. How should I do this? Silly me. Technology. Oh my goodness. Here, maybe I put it in the chat over there. Actually, okay, we have Australia. Where is everyone else tuning in from? Though. Yeah, this is a completely different. Oopsie. Everybody makes mistakes. Hello, Blind Entertainment. Yes, you go to bed around 4 a.m. Just because you're a night owl, or because you've got like a late shift at a job or something? Peanut is adorable. I agree. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hello. We've got Toronto. We've got UK. Okay, here we go. Usually we get the locations rolling right off the bat. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to fix this on the back end after, but let me just, I'm gonna go to our Discord really quick, fix that. I'm gonna go to the Patreon, fix the link, and then we'll launch into the awards. So bear with me for like 30 more seconds while I figure this out. My bad. Okay. Dink, 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 dink. And then one more thing to fix. And then what is any of y'all's favorite movie also from what was posted on YouTube in June and July, which basically starts with season 2 of Arcane and The Usual Suspects, and then it goes to yesterday's post, Blood Diamond. Out of all of those movies from the past little bit, I should have made a list. I should have made a list that could be shown on screen because it's so many this time around. Okay. All right. I fixed some of the links. So there we go. I mean, I guess it's simple enough to figure out, but just in case. Okay, let's see. Toronto, UK, Maine, San Francisco, California. Um, wow, wow, wow. Okay. Hi, Steve. Thank you so much for the super chat. Hi, Camilla. Hope the heat isn't too bad in NYC this summer. Are you open to other city as a character film polls in the future? Film/series all set in Boston or Las Vegas, Paris, etc. Also good. Gotham, Hogsmeade, Harry Potter reference, and Metropolis. Thank you. Let's see. I was like, wait, what do I answer first? NYC heat has not been too bad, actually. We had a little bit of a heat wave for a few days, and then it hasn't gotten back up since. And I can't even remember, was that late June or early July? But there were a few days that were like in the 90s and then even hitting 100 with, this East Coast humidity and everything like that. I feel like the humid heat feels so different. It does. I don't feel like it does feel so different from dry heat. If I can choose, I would choose dry heat all day. Like dry heat, I can do fine in like Las Vegas or something and it's 105 degrees. I actually kind of like it. Or I don't hate it, at least. I don't know. But the humidity for a little bit whenever this heat wave happened was, yeah, it was very hot. It was uncomfortable, but it hasn't gotten that hot again. I don't think we've even really reached the 90s. At least not, I don't know. We haven't had too hot of a day since then. So it's really not that bad. We'll see if August gets more hot though. So far it's just been very rainy recently. And then the city as a character film polls. If y'all are curious, I just 2 days ago, I guess, maybe, I just recently posted a poll on Patreon, since I live in New York now, for movies that, in my, at least my rough idea of them, they are all set, they're set in New York, but then I think like almost a little bit about New York in a way too. I could be wrong about some of those. I didn't want to, fully spoil things, but just movies that, like, when I think of New York, I think of these movies, even though I haven't seen them. So the poll includes Do the Right Thing, Taxi Driver, Breakfast at Tiffany's, Frances Ha, Big, and Uncut Gems. So don't know how accurate those all are necessarily, but I just thought it would be fun. Right now, Taxi Driver is winning. But if you want to vote on that, that's over on Patreon. I think it would totally be fun to do other cities as a character film polls in the future. I feel like Boston and Las Vegas to both feel like they would have a ton of movies that's kind of relevant for. Although I have already seen Good Will Hunting, and that's probably one of the biggest Boston movies of all time, I would have to guess. That and like what other movies come to mind for Boston? Spotlight. I remember I have seen Spotlight years ago. That is the one about, is Meryl Streep in that? No, she's in The Post. I'm thinking of, those are both like newspaper movies, right? Spotlight though, what is that? It's not, is it Amy Adams? Is it a redhead? And Mark Ruffalo or something? I think I've seen it. But I remember that being set in Boston, because, yeah, well, let me see. Spotlight movie. Oh, Rachel McAdams was who I was thinking of. Yeah. Yeah, I remember the premise of, this true story that it's based on and about, and the scandal in the Catholic Church and all of that, but don't actually remember the characters that well and their personalities. Why did I think this was a Spielberg movie? Tom McCarthy. Hold on, we're going down a rabbit hole. Huh. Maybe is The Post Spielberg, and I guess maybe I have fused those movies together in my mind, but I don't think I've definitely not seen The Post. No. I don't have any recollection of this movie. Thriller slash war. Oh, interesting. Yeah, no, this cast, I have not seen this one. Okay, sorry, that just got so random. That was not anything of what we were talking about. Where did my Streamlabs go? Okay. But yeah, I think that could absolutely be future themes of polls in general that we do. Boston. Oh, somebody's tuning in from Mars. That's awesome. You're the first. Friday the 13th brought you here. Oh, cool. Wow, that's an older reaction now at this point, which I'm already so excited for this year's Halloween. En route to Virginia for vacation. Ooh, are you going to like Virginia Beach or something like that? To the beach in general? Greetings from Florida. Okay, we've got some of the favorites of the month. Blood Diamond, Obsession, Fight Club. Oh, you watched Fight Club for the first time this morning. Wow, you've gotten some movies into your day. That's awesome. So the first time you ever saw Fight Club. Wow. I mean, I act surprised, but look at me, never seeing anything, so. Yeah, Obsession was such a fun movie. Well, I don't know. I just think that I've fun, and then I think once you watch it a second time, it's a little less fun once you. I don't want to say anything to spoil it, especially since it's such a new movie. But greetings from North Carolina. Welcome. You've hit Prime MCU in the last couple months, but Blade Runner might be my favorite. Yeah. So if y'all are just on YouTube and not on Patreon, I haven't, what? Blade Runner, I've watched Blade Runner 1982 now, but I don't think, am I even getting it to YouTube in August? It'll come to YouTube within the next like 2 to 3 months, but for the most part, the majority of what I'm watching on Patreon is pretty like backlogged right now, especially if it's not Marvel or The Mandalorian, because I'm trying to get those out on a more, regular schedule and everything. Anyway, but I'll be excited to get to revisit Blade Runner and edit it, and then maybe watch the more recent one as well. I think that could be fun. The thing refreshed. Oh, loved Blood Diamond. Kind of feel like it's a forgotten gem. So glad you found it. Yeah, I mean, it is a really just well-made movie. Obviously a hard watch. I feel like just not something that people would necessarily want to watch multiple times, because it's depressing and it's awful, everything happening in it. But it's incredibly important. Very incredibly important. Camilla, putting on your director's hat for a second, what do you think of Indy Navarrette's acting chops? Would you ever cast her as a lead in one of your films? Oh, I mean, that would be incredible. I think she is really, really great. And how do I talk about this without spoiling too much of Obsession? I mean, what she's doing is not easy, especially when you realize, I think, the little extra layer of what's going on, or at least that little extra layer wasn't that apparent to me at first, without saying the extra layer. Hopefully you know what I mean. And so that, yeah, just like what's happening outwardly, what you're seeing outwardly, and then there's something else happening inwardly as well. I think she's incredible and had a really great, I mean, a lot of this is the directing of it as well, but she was so, there are these hugely comedic moments within it that have become memes on the internet, as probably a lot of y'all are well aware. Um, and all of that. I think she has great comedic timing. Again, that's direction too, but yeah, with also, you know, having a whole range of the horror that's happening in the movie, the internal horror, what she is doing outwardly, and how she's acting outwardly. I think she was incredible. I know that there's been a lot of like buzz and discussion already on, is she going to get nominated for an Oscar, yada yada, and I feel like that could be, I don't know. I'm curious what category they would run her in, if it would, if they would be trying to get her into Best Actress or Best Supporting Actress, and just for all the awards in general. But I think that just how big the movie has been in general this year, she's really, of all of the performances, she's the one who should be nominated, if anyone. And I think that would be really cool if she got a nomination. But also, to be fair, I haven't seen very many movies at all that have been coming out this year. Are you watching the Backrooms movie? I actually did watch that yesterday, so that reaction will come to YouTube a little bit faster. I'm gonna try to get it out next week, just because it's a more, you know, recent release and everything. But I have watched it, but I won't say too much else because you'll have to watch the video. Hello, Alex. How are you? Thank you so much for the super chat. Speaking of poll ideas, I have one. Jerry Bruckheimer movies. Okay. I feel like I remember you recommending him before, but I am not usually able to keep in my head all of his stuff. And he's more so a producer, right? Oh yeah. Yes. Okay. Well, the first things that come up, I mean, is there going to be a Top Gun 3? Why is this popping up? What in the world? Is that true? Y'all, are they making a Top Gun 3? That's interesting. I mean, I'm not against it. Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick, we have seen. Pirates of the Caribbean. I watched those, at least some of them. I don't know if I've seen all of them, but I definitely saw a decent few as a kid. And I remember loving what I did see. So I would love to revisit that at some point, but you know, anything that's a rewatch for the most part isn't the highest priority for this channel, since we've got so much to watch in general. And then I see you also produced National Treasure, which I was obsessed with those movies. That's very funny. Let's see, what are some, Training Day, some of the other names that I at least recognize. Beverly Hills Cop TV movie. Oh, so he's behind a lot of these CSI shows. I didn't realize that. That's good to know. The Sorcerer's Apprentice. I remember the name of that movie, probably just because it sounded like it could exist within the Harry Potter universe. Yeah, well, curious if there's specific Jerry Bruckheimer movies or whatnot that you enjoy the most. Oh, remember the Titans? He produced that. Pearl Harbor, Black Hawk Down. Okay, yeah, some of these really big ones. Enemy of the State, Armageddon. I'm just scrolling down his IMDb, so we're going reverse in time. The Bad Boys movies. Crimson Tide. Why do I feel like that one's gotten recommended some before? Beverly Hills Cop. Okay. Yeah. Now I see where, why he's such a big name. Never say never. Who knows? Those are definitely some very blockbustery movies. I'm sure we'll get to a lot of them. But yeah, I guess a poll could be interesting. Can't stay on stream, but wanted to stay high. Yeah, no pressure, y'all. No pressure if you can't hang around. I will in just a few minutes, because we were already like a little bit into the stream. I will be starting the awards, I promise. And then after the awards, at the end of the stream, towards the end of it at least, I will tell y'all just verbally everything that I'm planning to put on YouTube within the month of August, or at least, close to August. Okay, okay, okay. Let's see, New Mexico. I feel like when watching your reactions, I'm watching it again for the first time. Yeah, that is, something that I've very much so discovered can be the magic of reaction channels, at least a little bit, is getting to relive it in a way. Obviously, anything that has a fun twist or turn is just really fun to see how somebody else took that and reacted to it and whatnot, the jump scares and everything. But I think that really, yeah, getting to relive a story that you just can't fully, get that experience again. You're able to get that through a reaction, which is very satisfying. Blade Runner is my all-time favorite movie. Ooh. That, oh no, you didn't, Michael, you did not out my viewing of Blade Runner. If people scroll down the Patreon, they'll be able to see that I watched it, but it will just be a couple weeks, a little bit more than a couple weeks, I think, unless I push it up sooner for any reason. Are you enjoying the movie sent you on Reactor? Any previews of what may be coming from there to the channel? Yes, I think I've genuinely enjoyed every single one so far. So it's been really cool to get some great recommendations, great requests. Let's see. Well, I guess one reveal as to what's coming in August is that I am going to be putting up Crocodile Dundee within the next 2 weeks or something, and I believe that was your request. Let's see, 12 Angry Men is going to come to the channel, Sunset Boulevard. We watched The Life of Chuck and Gone Baby Gone for Reactor, but I'm not planning right now to edit those for YouTube, but it could be something that 6 months down the line I end up. Blood Diamond, To Live and Die in LA, and the 2025 Superman movie were all reactor requests, and so very great movies. Very satisfying to put those up. Run Lola Run is going on Patreon soon. I don't think I'm gonna put that on YouTube, but I don't know. Any of the ones that I don't think right now, at least, could certainly come up in a while later. And then AI, artificial intelligence, that will go up eventually as well. I recently watched World's Greatest Dad, which was a movie I never heard of, Robin Williams film. And then I haven't watched these yet, but I will be watching Uncle Buck and The Verdict pretty soon. So we'll see after I watch them. We'll see if I feel like there's something I should, put up on YouTube or what, because it's editing takes a while. Editing is a big investment, so there's got to be a little bit of thought and I guess strategy into what you spend your time doing. Greetings from Honduras. Oh, cool. Is it just beautiful down there? I imagine it's just, warm and pretty. And are the lotteries for movies still happening? I'm not sure what you're talking about, to be honest. I think the boy who made that wish was the villain in Obsession. Yes, without talking about things too much, but I would agree. I just obviously I hate spoilers. I don't want to ever spoil anything for anyone else. Okay. I'm going to, let's see. Let's at least start up the awards and then I'll go back to the chat. But if you're new to Alive, my quick little spiel is that we give out some awards every month for what we watched the previous month on YouTube. And since I didn't go live at the beginning of July, we'll be talking about what was posted in June and July on YouTube specifically. So That's a lot of movies. I'll read them off right now. But if you're on like my YouTube page, it starts with Arcane season 2 and it goes through Blood Diamond. So that includes all of Arcane season 2, as well as The Mandalorian season 1, episodes 1 through 6. I'm not really gonna, and I didn't consider them for the awards just to make it a tiny bit easier, even though I do love a lot about the characters and whatnot, especially within Arcane. But anyway, movie-wise, we've got The Usual Suspects, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Thor, Superman from 1978, Eyes Wide Shut, Superman from 2025, To Live and Die in LA, Captain America, The First Avenger, Quickly Down Under, Obsession, The Avengers, A Fistful of Dollars, Fight Club, Iron Man 3, and Blood Diamond. So, that wasn't a mouthful at all. So the first award, this is just the order that we kind of end up going in now, since I now have this little graphic over here. Wait, I kind of want to move this. Does this work? Yeah, it doesn't make sense for it to be over there because it's an awkward position as far as the setup. Okay, did I just change that live? You guys, I'm getting so good at the streaming. Hardly. Let's see. I'm waiting to see if it updates live because I want to make sure that worked. But okay, it did. Yay! Yay! All right. So the first one is most quotable. So if anyone wants to throw out their guesses in the comments in the chat, I will catch up a little bit for a second here. Top Gun 3 is coming. Wow, that is interesting. I didn't know. Whoa. We've got some of recommendation for Send Help. Yeah, I was hearing a lot of positive stuff when that was coming out at the beginning of the year. I saw sorry, I'm like skimming through these. World's Greatest Dad is an amazing movie. Robin Williams is great in it. Yeah, I don't know if I will edit that one for YouTube. But I did love Robin Williams in it. It was a great Robin Williams performance. And I did just watch Insomnia yesterday. So Robin Williams is very much so at the forefront of my mind right now. Gosh. That Insomnia will go up on Patreon tomorrow, so I won't spoil too much of my initial thoughts, but I was just I was a little sad at who he was playing, his character, because he's so pure in my eyes. Popeye, I do want to see Popeye because the only thing I've seen Shelley Duvall in is The Shining, of course. And when I watched that, I really loved her. And I would love to see more of her work and everything. The Shining is a very unique experience. And of course, all the rumors are that it was very not great for her, but I'd love to see her in, a movie that hopefully wasn't as negative of an experience. And I know that Popeye came out around the same time, I think. Yeah, it did. Okay. I wanted to see who's actually playing Popeye. Oh, what? Robin Williams plays Popeye. Okay, I'm sure one of y'all definitely told me that at some point, but I have fully forgotten. Oh, I want to watch this. But I tend to plan the channel pretty far out now at this point. So like the whole month and beyond that is already planned. Partly because we're, in the middle of Marvel very long, journey and all of that. And we started Nolan and we were watching The Mandalorian. So a lot of things are just already set in stone. So it's kind of hard to jam in too many one-off films at the moment, but I got way too excited for that. Now I really want to see it. I'm sure we definitely will at some point, but how soon? I don't know. Would you consider watching Librarian and Arachnophobia? Does Librarian have does that have a lot of spiders in it? I hesitate to even look up the poster. Arachnophobia is a big giant now. I think that's my only big giant now. This week's episodes of The Mandalorian, if you know, you know, on Patreon, I watched season 2, episodes 1 and 2. Episode 2, I need that erased from my memory forever. That was disgusting. There were spiders. There were space spiders, but they looked just like spiders basically anyway. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't even given out most quotable yet. But the thing is, I don't know if I can really talk about it because the first rule, because of the first rule and the second rule. But y'all know. So there's that. I did give it to, He Who Shall Not Be Named. Movie lotteries on your Patreon. Do you mean like the spinning wheel, basically? Because we do that every month on Patreon. It is, why did I just fully lost my train of thought. I thought that this side for a second had, all my awards on it. I was like, oh no, no, but if you want to put out your guesses for Tissue Box movie, go ahead. Oh no, I forgot what I was saying. Dang it. Okay. Oh, we do the spinning wheel every month. And every single month, if you're on the producer or executive producer tier, you can contribute a movie to the spinning wheel. And then every other month, the assistant director tier is also able to. So we did just do the spinning wheel the other day. And what won? Oh, Blazing Saddles. Blazing Saddles won the spinning wheel. So we'll watch that at some point next month on Patreon. But yeah, if that's what you mean by movie lottery, then yes. We watched Braveheart last month from the spinning wheel as well, which was intense. Insomnia is good. That's Christopher Nolan's only director for hire movie. Yeah, I had the same thought. And yeah, you can tell that it doesn't have his full touch on it for sure, as far as the story itself goes. And then I found out that Stellan Skarsgård is in the Norwegian version of that movie, or the original movie that this Insomnia was based off of, and it makes me curious to see that, just because I really enjoy Stellan Skarsgård. Okay, where was I? Have you seen Project Hail Mary yet? And might there be a reaction? I think your reaction to a certain character might be particularly interesting. Ooh, okay, intriguing. I haven't, and I do really want to. Yeah, I think just because I have been planning so far out, I forgot to slot in a little spot for Project Hail Mary, and yeah, and then because it's less of a new release now on streaming and whatnot, so I felt like I kind of missed the Prime window, but I do still want to, so hopefully at some point this year we will just throw it in there. I do really want to see it. I lost where I was. Sorry. Oh, I'm only to where we're talking about Popeye. Fun. Okay. Da da da. Whoa. What what is happening over here? What? It's not letting me look at anything new anymore. Oh my gosh, technology, you guys. Okay. Oh wait. Okay, it's back. Don't watch The Mist if you don't like spiders. Uh-oh. Isn't that one that I think a lot of people tend to like or want reactions to? I feel like I get The Mist mixed up with The Thing a little bit in my mind because I feel like they're both horror movies, but I don't know. I mean, a little bit of spider I can do. I just don't want to, and I probably will like block the screen involuntarily. I'll close my eyes. But if it's, throughout a ton of the movie, then I probably will miss a lot of the movie because I'm not looking at that. Okay. What are we on? Tissue Box Movie. Let me catch up to wherever wherever all of the responses to Tissue Box Movie are, but I think it is honestly pretty obvious which one out of the whole bunch, which one we would choose. Sorry, my chat is refreshing a lot and being a little weird. Whoops. Okay. Oh, maybe there just aren't any guesses. No guesses? I think that Stellan Skarsgård plays Al Pacino's character from a brief look. I think he plays Al Pacino's character, but he's worse than Al Pacino in a way. So I don't think he's Robin Williams' character. Because Al Pacino's character, he's, well, I don't know. I don't want to spoil too much of my reaction because it's not out yet. Tissue Box Movie, of course, has to go to Blood Diamond. I mean, that's definitely the only, or that's definitely the movie that had me tearing up the most or just crying the most, and for very obvious reasons. So there's really no competition there. I wonder if the older Insomnia movie, if it's still based in Alaska though, or is it just based in some place in Norway or up there that also has a similar, effect of Alaska with it never being dark for half of the year. Because that, definitely can work up there too. It's only a little bit of Spider in the Mist. Okay. Yeah, that's like, that's fine. The only thing that it really is, the only thing that I'm a big no to from the sound of it is arachnophobia. I don't know. I'm sure that I could if I really had to. If I was, if it was life or death, I could watch it. Not to be dramatic. Yeah, so okay, Tissue Box Movie, Blood Diamond. Wait, I said that already. You guys, what's wrong with my brain? The next one is standout character. So, a few of these. Actually, that one I didn't really give two, but eventually I did a pretty good job of giving one out for each award for the most part. But standout character out of everything we watched in June and July, which I saw, where did it go? What are the choices again? So everything that was posted on June and in July on June. Did I say on June? In June and in July on YouTube. So just to read it off, if I ever have this many movies again, maybe I'll make another little graphic that I can put down here. Whoops. But The Usual Suspects, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Thor. Oh, you know what? I just thought of a second standout character, actually. So, Superman from 1978, Eyes Wide Shut, Superman from 2025, To Live and Die in LA. LA? I said that weird. Captain America, The First Avenger, Quickly Down Under, Obsession, The Avengers, Mandalore. Oh, we're not doing that. A Fistful of Dollars, Fight Club, Iron Man 3, and Blood Diamond. So many things to choose from. I'm also kind of thinking, right before I started this live, I was like, I feel like we should change up the awards. Do y'all think we should change up the awards for, I don't know, next month or at some point? But it is kind of fun to, have the same awards to compare month to month too. And I write them all down in here so I can kind of compare them in here. Like last month our standout characters were Clea from Andor 2 months ago, and Hammer from Iron Man 2. Yeah. The month before, standout characters, Igor, Alejandro from Sicario? Yeah, Sicario. And Jarvis? I put Jarvis? I mean, I guess. That's funny. The month before, this is kind of fun. Month before, Alfred and Gordon from the Batman movies and Sensei. Okay, well, I'll stop there because that does kind of link together with my standout characters from this month or these past 2 months. So I put Nikki from Obsession, of course, and I did also put Benicio del Toro's character, which I couldn't think of his name. Once I read off The Usual Suspects, I was like, oh, wait. He was a big standout character for me in that one. What was his character's name? Because his performance was just Fred Finster? Like, yeah, Finster, I guess, was what they called him. Yeah, it was just such a weird performance, but I think he's one of the actors through watching this channel I've grown to really enjoy him, where before this channel I don't know if I had seen him in anything before. And I guess a little fun side story while y'all guess your standout characters, or even just say your own standout characters. You don't have to guess what I'm gonna say, but I got to work on reshoots of this movie that he's in called Reptile, which I still haven't seen. I need to, but I'm glad that I wasn't that familiar with his work before that, because I would have been sweating when he was around on set. But I probably would have been very weird and lame around him. But yeah, it's this movie called Reptile. I think it's on Netflix with Justin Timberlake and Alicia Silverstein as well, which is, a great cast. I don't think the movie did that well from, never really heard much about it, but I am really curious to see it. So I worked on that for 3 weeks. Anyway, I would have been way too excited. Seeing Benicio del Toro now, I would have been like, hey. Okay, so standout character guesses. Do we have any? Tyler Durden, but which one? Oh, wait. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm doing such a bad job of... We're on to the next award. I think I even said, while you guess your standout characters right after. I feel like my brain short circuits when we go live because, just trying to keep things moving and also read what y'all are saying and whatnot. So, whoops. But we're on to No Blinking. So that's basically the movie from June or July that, I just couldn't look away from. I couldn't blink during it because even if it was long, it doesn't have to be a short movie. The pacing was just, you know, so well done, and the story drew you in, all of that. Um do 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 do. Arachnophobia is a great movie. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Blah. The spiders, this made me laugh. The spiders in the mist don't have a ton of screen time, but they sure make the most of it. Oh gosh. Okay. What are y'all's do you have, if you do enjoy horror movies or Halloween movies, do y'all have any, top horror movies, I guess, in particular, that, or Halloween spooky season movies that you would want to see this Halloween? Because currently nothing is planned. I'll probably start doing the Patreon polls probably at the beginning of September, but pretty far out because I've come to really enjoy thrillers and horrors. I didn't really know this about myself. I will never bungee jump. I will never skydive. I get that sense of thrill from a horror movie, I think. That's all I need. Oh, standout character Kaiser Soze. Yeah, that too. Absolutely. Leica Studios. Is that this is, oh yeah, this is the stop motion. I've heard of this stop motion studio. Okay, so their new movie coming out is Wildwood. Whoop. Help, I'm lost. I don't know where I am. You're in my live stream. We do the monthly awards. All of that, yada yada. So, okay, wait. We're on No Blinking. Fight Club, No Blinking. True. Agreed. It Follows as a good spooky film. Is that anything to do with It? Which is, I think that's Stephen King. Is It Follows? I can probably look this up without spoiling anything. Is It Follows? Because It is like the clown or something, right? I feel like I know that there's a clown in it. Oh, well, from the poster, it doesn't seem like it is anything to do with It. Bleh. Is It Follows related to It? Okay. It does not. It does not look to be so, but also y'all will probably let me know in the chat. Obsession was my top horror only movie to disturb me. Yeah, I did. I had originally planned to save Obsession for Halloween season, but I just couldn't resist. So, we got some summer horrors in there. And same with Backrooms. I get FOMO for the recent releases. And those two were especially just interesting to me, obviously, because of them being made by such young people, someone involved in the industry like I am, someone who's interested in filmmaking like I am, just the whole, them being YouTubers, all of that was very interesting to me. So I had to rip the Band-Aid there. Have you done the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1974? I think that's the original one yet. I have not, and I definitely plan to put that on polls and whatnot. I feel like that'll likely win something if I had to guess. So I definitely not a movie, but Widow's Bay is a great series. I did watch the pilot at a friend's house a few weeks ago now, and I did really like it, but I'm trying to not have every subscription at the same time if I can, avoid it because it's expensive. But so I don't have Apple TV right now, but I would love to keep watching that. So whenever I get Apple TV again, if I need to for a movie at some point, then I probably will finish Widow's Bay. Unless I should watch the rest for YouTube. What do you all think? Frankenstein, Invisible Man, Dr. Jekyll. Not a horror, of course, but it has great themes of fear and is set at Halloween. The Batman also has John Turturro in a key role. Is this the new? I think that's the only Batman movie called The Batman. The Batman is the new one, right? With Robert Pattinson in the new DC universe. I don't think I realized John Turturro was in that. You guys know how to tempt me with the actors that I get excited about. Okay. Weapons was quite good. I did watch Weapons last year, if you haven't caught it. I did watch that last year. Oh yeah, anyone running out, having to go, thanks for being here, even just for however long you were here. So thanks for joining. It Follows is different from It. Okay. Okay, thanks for the clarifications. Okay. Let's go back to the awards just for a second. So No Blinking, I gave that to Obsession. Yeah. I think that can be applicable for a decent bit of the movies over the past 2 months since we have so many. But I think of everything. Obsession, especially just for being, Curry Barker's first feature film. I think that pacing is something that can be so difficult, especially when you're young and early on and you just want to include everything, like, or who knows what he's like, but I think that a lot of people, or a struggle for myself, can just, be getting rid of something that doesn't serve the movie, that maybe slows down, the pace of whatever it might be. So anyway, I think that the movie was very well paced, and all of that. And also, I mean, it's pretty gripping. So No Blinking for that one. Let's see. The Exorcist, Hellraiser. I don't think I've heard of Hellraiser, but I will likely put okay. Let me backtrack. For Halloween, since we're already starting to talk about Halloween, last year I'll probably do some things similar to last year where I think I did a few different polls with some themes in some way. So I think I did like a true horror movie poll. And so I'm already thinking I'll put The Exorcist, Chainsaw Massacre, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The Thing, I think, is like a horror. And something else that's like real scary. I'll have all of those on a poll. I'll do like a comedy horror poll for sure. We've got to lighten it up in there. I think I even did an animated Halloween poll. And then we watched The Nightmare Before Christmas with that. Probably I might do that again because there's some good ones out there that I haven't seen. And I was thinking of doing like a slightly more modern movie poll, just anything from like 2010 and beyond. That's a little bit more recent because a lot of what will be on polls will probably be a little bit older. Anyway, so I'll probably have them themed out in that way. Maybe if it's, I don't know, if it's discernible, maybe like we'll do true gory horror and then maybe true like more psychological thriller-y. But some movies are just kind of hard for me to know exactly what the genre of horror that it might be without looking too far into it. Okay, that was a lot of yapping. The next award is Mr. Misunderstood. So, from everything that I put on YouTube in June, everything that I put on YouTube in July, movie-wise, who is your Mr. Misunderstood? Your misunderstood character. I know who mine is. The Usual Suspects, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Thor, both of the Superman movies that I posted, Eyes Wide Shut, To Live and Die in LA, Captain America, Quickly Down Under, Obsession, The Avengers, A Fistful of Dollars, Fight Club, Iron Man 3, and Blood Diamond. And yeah, as far as just talking about Halloween and horror movies in general, I will put up probably a new post because I did this last year on YouTube and on Patreon. But just a post to like accumulate all of your suggestions and still hopefully get a lot of, just be able to gauge what might be getting a lot of likes, a lot of upvotes, what seems to be. I have a general idea of what, is very popular, what people want to see and like to see, all of that. But I don't necessarily know. Uh-oh, I fully lost my train of thought. Okay. Well, goodbye, thought. What was I trying to say? Another short circuit happened, just like the breaker box in Backrooms. Hey, references. Okay. Alien, Evil Dead, Rise. Alien, I feel like I remember a few people saying that it doesn't really, which to be fair, a lot of the horror movies in general that will be options probably aren't necessarily Halloween movies, Halloween related, but I do remember people saying that Alien, it's not like I have to save that for Halloween. So will that be a Halloween watch? Will that just be a horror movie at some other time of the year watch? Who knows? Oh, I think when I lost my train of thought, I think I was talking about putting up a post and then just gauging what people are the most interested in. From there, yeah, I guess that's what I was saying, something like that. What are we on? Mr. Misunderstood. Let's see. Miller's Crossing is good if you like John Turturro performances. Barton Fink too, and they're both Coen Brothers movies. Have I? I guess I haven't done a Coen Brothers poll. I feel like I thought. Sorry, I'm like trying to rack my brain if how we ended up watching No Country for Old Men. Maybe that was a Coen Brothers poll, actually. But I was gonna say if I haven't, I probably should. Although we have, oh my gosh, something's. There must be a bug in my brain today. Why do I keep forgetting what I'm saying mid-sentence? I did do a Coen Brothers poll. Yeah, okay. I was going to say that, yeah, there's still a good number, that huge number that I haven't seen, but we have already watched The Big Lebowski and No Country for Old Men, two pretty big ones, on the channel. And then I think the only other movie of theirs that I've seen, I think that I feel like I saw like 3/4 of it, or at least half of it on a plane, is Fargo. I don't remember if I finished it or not. I feel like plane movies that I've ended up seeing at least a portion of on a plane and then couldn't finish because the flight was over or something. Those are just such an odd category in my brain. Of I don't know, like it's just like I so much so remember watching part of it in a plane, but all I can really remember is like the setting of where things were and not so much what was actually happening. And also it's just like not a good viewing experience because the audio is usually so bad. Anyway. And I got there because Miller's Crossing and Barton Fink. I do want to look those up. Just because I don't even know what the poster looks like. Oh, and Miller's Crossing also has Gabriel Byrne, who I really liked in The Usual Suspects, so it could be really cool to get to see him in something different. Barton Fink. What does that poster look like? Oh. I feel like I hear that all the time. I hear that name all the time, Barton Fink. Well, name of movie all the time, but I've never... Huh. And John Turturro is Barton Fink. Oh my gosh, you guys, we've got to watch that. And John Goodman? Wow. Okay. Closing that tab, though. I don't want to actually read anything about it. To preserve what is sacred. Sleepy Hollow with Johnny Depp would be good for Halloween. Ooh, that kind of sounds fun. Candyman, Jennifer's Body. Have you seen the Meg movies? I have not, but she does look like a creepy little doll. Go classic for Halloween and watch Frankenstein, Dracula, The Wolfman, and The Mummy. Maybe we should have like a like classic monsters poll or something like that as well. That could be a fun theme to include. And I do feel like we need to see... I mean, I want to see the recent Frankenstein, obviously, but when I watched Young Frankenstein, I was kind of thinking, dang, maybe I should have seen the real Frankenstein before this. So maybe that's worth at least considering. Okay, we're on Mr. Misunderstood. My goodness, move it along, Camilla. Mr. Misunderstood. Lex Luthor would claim to be this. To Live and Die in LA is wild. That movie was not at all what I thought it was going to be. I agree. And that was a fun surprise for me. I knew nothing about it going into it. And it was really good. I feel like, I mean, I don't know what it was like when it came out, but because I'm just surprised it's not a slightly bigger movie than it is, because it feels so similar to a lot of these more widely appreciated movies, and I feel like I don't hear that much about it. Maybe it is wider appreciated than I know or realize, but yeah, I feel like it was very good, and for so many reasons, in so many ways, and it surprised me as well. But yeah, I feel like, I wonder if like the marketing of it or something was just not that great, as far as even just presenting what it's about. I don't know. Oh my gosh, so many great Halloween suggestions. Okay. We will totally have to come back to this and revisit this. Okay. Mr. Misunderstood. I gave this to Loki. But of course, he's my guy. I think it so much so is obviously because of Tom Hiddleston's performance. He's so charismatic as Loki, and there's enough backstory in there to make you truly feel bad for him. His family doesn't treat him that well. Sometimes he also is sulking. He's a sulker. But sometimes you're like, dang, Thor? Dang, Odin? Like, dang. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on Loki. But yeah, I think he's Mr. Misunderstood. He's one of my favorite characters in Marvel so far. But I think I've come to realize that that can be a type of character that I really like. Is maybe they're a villain, but I don't know. There's something more to them. You still have a lot of empathy towards them, even though they're doing awful things. I don't know. I'm mad at him a lot of the time too. So, shmeh. But he's so fun. He's so fun. Check out Sinners and Primate. I don't think I've heard of Primate, but I did watch Sinners in the theaters. Now, I would not be opposed to rewatching it, but yeah. Sinners I adored. And I'm really glad I got to see that one in the theaters. So, okay. The next award is going to be Best Worst Villain. So, out of everything from June and July, who was the best villain performance? So, question mark. If you have any guesses, if you have any of your own best worst villains from everything from June and July, and maybe the last time I'll rattle off all of the movies from June and July on YouTube. But here they are. The Usual Suspects, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Thor, the 2 Superman movies that I posted, Eyes Wide Shut, To Live and Die in LA, Captain America the First Avenger, Quickly Down Under, Obsession, The Avengers, A Fistful of Dollars, Fight Club, Iron Man 3, and Blood Diamond. There we go. Okay. Oh, these are, I think y'all are saying some, I'm guessing horror movies that I've never even heard of. Very, very cool. Okay. To Live and Die in LA had a brief moment in the sun, but it was what? Okay, things just moved around a lot, but it was forgotten quickly. Is that what that said? Yeah, it's a little bit of a shame. It's a little bit of a shame. Given that you watched A Fistful of Dollars, what would be your badass line if you won a Western duel before you blew the smoke off your gun? Oh my gosh, put me on the spot. Why don't ya? I don't know if I can come up with something in the moment. The pressure's on. But did Clint Eastwood have a, I don't think he has a tagline. But maybe he should. He would have some like good and witty comebacks though, that's for sure. And well, we'll get to this more soon, but the rest of the trilogy will be coming out on YouTube soonish. Pet Sematary, Creepshow, Sleepwalkers. Loki is awful. It's 100% Hiddleston that makes him likable. Without that performance, there would be nothing to love. I totally agree. Like in somebody else's hand, the performance, he just is so charismatic, you know? I think I have a little bit of a crush on him, honestly. And that dark hair. That dark hair on Tom Hiddleston, it suits him. It looks good. Um, yeah, but somebody else doing it, if he just wasn't trying to go the charisma route, which is such a huge part of his personality, I feel like. Yeah, he would be easily hateable because he is very annoying sometimes. He is doing very awful things. So now that you've seen it, will you consider Eyes Wide Shut as a Christmas movie, or that's a bridge too far? Yeah, I would say so. I think that where I seem to fall on Christmas movies, because I know that sometimes there's debate for movies and stuff like that. I think that if there's enough Christmas infused into the movie, just in the surroundings, in the time of year, I think that it a lot of times could be a Christmas movie. So I would say sure. And Iron Man 3, that one's a little bit of a Christmas movie as well. I mean, there's even a Santa Claus moment with Tony Stark giving that little boy all his new gadgets and gizmos and gear. Best worst villain, I would have to say Eyes Wide Shut. Just the whole movie, just all of it, just the idea of the parties and everything. I do give them to specific characters though, this award. Random question, have you considered doing a series where you watch so bad they're good movies? They could be incredibly good fun, but I'd highly recommend watching them with friends. Do you have any specific suggestions? And I would never say no to something like that. That sounds like so much fun. And I think that some of my not favorite movies, but just favorite movie experiences are often with movies like that, or just favorite movie memories, like movies from my childhood, which might be different than some of yours. But I mean, stuff like, why can't I think of the name of it? What? The vampire movie, Twilight. Twilight is awful, but it's so good. It's so funny. There's so much comedy in how bad the movie is, and so much comedy in how great of performers Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart both are and have like turned into, but their performances in that movie are pretty bad. It's just overall awful, but it's so bad that it's good. Same with like High School Musical, so bad that it's good. Or so cheesy that it's good. Like I think that I have a love of a lot of movies like that. Okay. Best worst villain probably should be Loki, but maybe Lex Luthor or Kaiser Soze for variety. Bear from Obsession. Agreed. Did I put him? Okay, I ended up putting different people so far. But I do agree with how you said probably should be Loki, because I did put Loki first, and then there was really nobody else that I wanted to be Mr. Misunderstood. So I moved him there. And then I gave best worst villain to Nick Holt's Lex Luthor specifically, because he was just so much more of a, evil, conniving performance of that role than Gene Hackman? Gene Hackman? Yeah, Hackman. I always hesitate before saying Hackman or Wilder for the genes. But yeah, just a very different performance, and I think that his is a more frightening villain, obviously. And then I also put Tyler Durden. Even though he's not a villain, he's an antagonist, Brad Pitt. So I put those two. But I fully agree with Bear from Obsession. I just didn't really want to spoil anything. But yes, that too. Christmas movies are supposed to be wholesome. Yeah, that's why it's controversial. Yeah. I think I think that I would enjoy, even though I don't usually like put on a movie or something because it's a certain season, but if I were to start becoming that type of person, I would probably enjoy just putting on a movie that's set during Christmas and stuff like that. So I feel like for me, I don't know. It's debatable. It's debatable. Um okay. The next award is favorite ending. So, if y'all have any opinions, any guesses for all of the movies from the past 2 months, go ahead and throw them out there. Um, wait, did I? Oh, I skipped Your Shoelaces Are Untied. So we'll just do those together because they're similar in a way. Favorite ending and Your Shoelaces Are Untied. Your Shoelaces Are Untied just means that maybe the ending didn't feel fully pulled together, or maybe I just didn't enjoy the ending, even if it is maybe a decent ending. It's kind of a flexible category as to how I give that award out. And I guess it's not quite an award. But yeah. Yeah. Okay. So favorite ending and least favorite ending, basically. Oh my gosh. So many horror movie suggestions. Yeah. Definitely look out for, I probably will do it towards the very end of August or early September before a post on my community tab to dump all these suggestions in one spot as well. But I am very excited to start planning all of the polls and everything. I feel like, well, we'll look at schedule stuff later. But I watched so many last year. I feel like it was a lot last year that I was watching of horror movies and Halloween movies, and we got so many solid classics out of the way. But I was looking up the other day. I was looking up what you need to watch Scary Movie, and I think I still haven't seen a lot of stuff for it. Because I found a list of movies that it references without saying like why or you need to see it or anything like that, and it was still so many. I was like, oh no. And some of them weren't even Halloween movies, I feel like, if I remember correctly. Like, I think it said it references The Usual Suspects. And I realized some of the references, maybe they're just going to be like one line or something. But that was a movie that I was kind of hoping we could get to this year since it's such a big franchise. I was going to say beloved. I don't know if it is beloved. But I don't know if we will, actually. Oh, Iron Man 3 is a Shane Black movie, and all Shane Black movies are Christmas movies or set during Christmas. I remember some people saying that actually in the comments. That's funny. That's like, why, Shane? That's very silly. Um uh Oh yeah, I saw someone say something about you wouldn't blame Kristen Stewart or Robert Pattinson for their bad performances, and I do agree with that. Maybe I phrased it wrong. Yeah, but we've seen so much better from them. We know that there's so much better. um I guess I don't know if y'all are guessing best ending or least favorite ending, actually. I feel like you're probably saying best with The Usual Suspects, Fight Club. If you're enjoying Marvel and superhero movies, recommend the TV show Legion. I feel like I don't know anything about that show. We will once we get through The Mandalorian, which is going to be, soon enough. It's a pretty quick Whoa, this poster's cool. I'm looking at a very, like, psychedelic poster. Oh. Once we get through that, I as of right now, I have no idea what direction we'll go in for the next TV show, because I think it is fun to have a TV show going at most times. Because I think I'll probably do a little Star Wars break in general, but I don't think we'll really be ready yet for, see, brain short circuiting. I don't think we'll be quite ready yet for any of the Marvel TV shows, unless unless I were to watch Agents of Shield. I just don't know how interested I am in that show, if I'm being honest, you guys. And it's so long. I think that's the main thing, is that it's so long. So, I don't know. I guess we could always do like a Patreon exclusive TV show, but then everyone on YouTube would miss out. So, I'm not positive. Wow, 7 seasons. That is impressive. Good for them. Everybody had jobs and was employed for quite a while. And some of these seasons, the first 5 seasons are over 20 episodes each. That's daunting. But once we finish The Mandalorian, I plan to do a big ol' Patreon poll for the next show as well. Probably I'll first do like a big interest poll, as to just list out a ton of shows and see what people are interested in there as well. Okay. Do, 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 do. Okay. Let's do this award really quick. So, favorite ending from what I posted on YouTube in June and July. Well, now I don't know if I actually want this to be my favorite ending, but I was trying to spread the love a little bit, if I'm being honest, because I did really like, even though it was grim, how To Live and Die in LA ended. So I put that there, but it could include a lot of things, if I'm being honest. And Your Shoelaces Are Untied, I did give to Eyes Wide Shut. Even though it is a good ending, just in the way they end it, I think it's, a solid end. A little bit of humor there with the last word, but also it does tie some things up, but I think in general I wanted more layers / information. Well, not information. I said this in the reaction, but I just thought there was going to be a little something else going on, and maybe that is because Kubrick died, and so it was still being edited and everything after his death and everything. So anyway, like, maybe there was going to be a little bit more of a whoa twisty twist, more than it just being all of these elite people. So I did give it to that, even though it was one of the Kubrick movies that I liked more than others, at least, I would say. Make sure you do Book of Boba Fett after Mando season 2 before you go into season 3. I have been aware of that, and I need to actually slot that into my schedule, I think. I don't know if I should. Is that one worth editing for YouTube, though, or should I just, throw it in and then leave it on the channel? This is longer than I thought it was. I know it's just one season, but I didn't realize it was 7 whole episodes. My goodness. Okay. Oh, there's just a little photo, though, of Sophie Thatcher, I think is her name. It looks like she might be in this. So, what? That makes me more interested. Yeah, I have seen that, informs season 3 or something. You kind of need some of the Book of Boba Fett. So I do think we'll probably do that. But I do get a lot of people asking for me to start the Clone Wars or Rebels, which I think that could be cool to do eventually. I just don't know. It's kind of too late to start it now since I've, just as far as getting information from those for The Mandalorian. Whoops. But anyway, yeah, I think once we finish Mando, it might be a little Star Wars break. Like, I think I kind of want to watch maybe, I don't know, just a little bit of a more quote unquote normal TV show. Just something that's not as much immersed in a franchise, I guess. Perhaps. A Chernobyl suggestion. I did watch Chernobyl and it is on my channel. So if you're interested in that. Maybe Avatar: The Last Airbender. I actually was talking to a friend about that the other day because he was saying that he was rewatching it or something. And I was like, the one from when we were kids and watched that show? Because I watched that show as a kid. I don't know if I saw every single episode, but I watched it a lot and I remember loving it. But obviously, I don't really remember the actual, what was happening in the show. I just remember enjoying it. But he was saying that it stands up for it holds well for adults also. So I was shocked by that. Stargate. Oh, you know what we haven't watched yet, and I know is just one season. I know that everyone does it, but that does make me interested to see it, is Firefly. I don't know. We'll have to, Ooh, Westworld suggestions. Okay, I never finished Westworld, and I think I heard recently that it's not on HBO anymore, which is odd because isn't it an HBO show? I could be wrong. Maybe there's something more complex going on there. But I saw at least seasons 1 and 2 for sure. And then maybe season 3. How many seasons did it end up being? But I did really love all of the twists that you get in like seasons 1 and 2. Let's see. I'm looking at the amount of episodes now. So I don't think we'll rewatch that, but why in the world is it not on HBO anymore? That is so odd. Yeah, it does look like it aired on HBO. Maybe there's something more complicated with production companies and I don't know. All that stuff just makes me yawn usually, so I don't usually look that far into it. 4 seasons. Okay, I feel like I saw up through. I definitely saw all of seasons 1 and seasons 2. And then do y'all hear that siren? It's so loud. I'm kind of trying to wait for it to be gone. Gosh, I can't even tell from just a screenshot of the first episode of season 3. I think that I don't know if I finished season 3 for some reason. I think it was going so into a different world, and I might have, but I definitely haven't seen season 4. Anyway, we're not watching it anyway since I've already seen a decent bit of it. So that's enough yapping of that. But I did really enjoy it at the time, especially that first season. Some of those reveals were so fun. HBO Max versus the HBO One channel versus the HBO network. Oh my gosh, guys, why is it gotta be so complicated? My goodness. Westworld is Christopher Nolan's brother, right? Yes. It's I think he's one of the like writer creators of it, if my memory holds correctly. But yeah, Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy is the name of the other creator. Oh, she's Jonathan Nolan's spouse, listed as spouse. Which, yeah, I didn't know. Okay. But yeah, so there is, honestly, now that we're starting to go through Christopher Nolan, which I'll start putting on YouTube soon as well, and we'll get to that soon. But now I'm starting to go through more of his things, and I can definitely, and I know that Jonathan Nolan, I don't know what, but I know that he has been involved in a lot of, like, I think he was a co-writer on Memento or something, but in a lot of other Christopher Nolan movies as well. There's definitely a little bit of you can see the connection between those two shows, I feel like, as far as loving a good twist, but more than that too, even. Okay. I lost my window. Where is Streamlabs? Okay. Firefly is a good show. Where was I? Breaking Bad and Sons of Anarchy are great shows. Yeah, my thought, this is still a little far out, so who knows? But my thought is that I'll do a big general TV show poll. Maybe I could even put it on YouTube potentially, of just lists of many different shows in general within different franchises or standalones, one season, multiple seasons. Do a big list of that and just see what people are most interested in general, and then go from there. Because I don't really want to do more than one show at a time for the most part. I had a few months back, I was trying to do Andor and Arcane at the same time, and that just didn't, those are also very complicated shows, especially Arcane. That didn't work well for my brain, but they're not simple shows at the same time. But also, I want to mostly be focusing on movies for sure. But it just is, for me and my schedule, it's really nice to have a TV show to break things up with too. Just have a little bit of a different pacing and have something that can be sometimes, usually, slightly easier to edit, a little bit slightly quicker to edit, because editing is just so time consuming. I've talked long enough. Let's get to the next award we were doing. Favorite ending. No, we're on to Camilla's Oscar and Peanut's pick. Why do I keep doing this? Okay. I did do favorite ending and Your Shoelaces Are Untied. We've given out those. Let's do the next couple ones. And yeah, so that's Camilla's Oscar and Peanut's pick. Do you have any suggestions? Or, well, do you have anything that, yeah, you think is my favorite movie from the past 2 months, or Peanut's pick? So this is the last time I list them off, I guess. Usual Suspects, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Thor, Superman 1978, Eyes Wide Shut, Superman 2025, To Live and Die in LA, Captain America, Quickly Down Under, Obsession, The Avengers, Fistful of Dollars, Fight Club, Iron Man 3, and Blood Diamond. Okay. Honestly, I had a lot of favorites. A lot of top tier movies. Okay. There were many older series. like Lost or Heroes or Boardwalk Empire. I did watch Lost in high school. So I'll probably not ever watch that for the channel. It definitely was a long time ago that I watched it. There's a ton of stuff that I forget, but I have seen it. So Boardwalk Empire, I don't know a ton about, I don't think. And yeah, I will probably do like a ton of different shows on the first initial poll. Like I'm thinking of including stuff like The Sopranos and The Wire too, like some older shows for sure. But also mixed in with super recent, a little less more recent. Yeah. Game of Thrones, I want to put that on the big old list. Some of those obviously are longer shows, but they're just I don't know. There's some types of shows that I get excited about watching all of the seasons of, and then there's some that feel very long for YouTube. I don't know. What was the name of that English show? Black Mirror. I have seen a ton of Black Mirror. My boyfriend and I love watching that show together, and we just actually remembered that a somewhat recent season has come out, so we watched, I think, just the first episode of the newest season recently, which was pretty good. It's the episode that has Rashida Jones in it. And Tracy Ellis Ross. So that one was enjoyable. I liked it. Not a suggestion, but just want to say thank you for doing what you do. Watching your channel helps me relax and unwind. Aw, thank you. I'm so glad. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you overthink things. I overthink things and I'm like, does anyone even like this? Is this silly? Why am I doing this? Not really that often, honestly, because I do enjoy doing this a lot, but that's very kind and very nice to hear. I'm very glad I can help you relax. Yeah, Black Mirror is really great though. What are some of y'all's favorite episodes of Black Mirror? I think one of my favorites is, I'm trying to think of the name of it, but I might just have to look it up. What is it called? It's like the name of a place. I'm just gonna look it up though, because once I see it, I'll know. Is it in season 5 maybe? Oh no. Oh, that was a short season. I did like Striking Vipers. I remember that one with Anthony Mackie. I remember liking that one. Okay, this must be in season 3 then. San Junipero. I really liked that one. But I mean, season 1, I feel like, it's just off to such a great start. Isn't the first one with Daniel Kaluuya, is that the very first episode that I'm thinking of? Or wait, no, the first one is the pig. The pig. Probably. He's in the second episode, I think. Yeah. But it just is off to such a great start. Yeah. Do y'all have any favorites? Let me pull the chat back up. Did you say favorite ending? I did. I gave favorite ending to Live and Die in LA, but I have a lot of favorite endings, honestly. I liked the ending of Obsession a lot, even though it's dark. I did like it. I thought it was, closed off very well. The ending of The Usual Suspects is pretty great. Yeah, I have a lot of ones. Okay. Ooh, The Twilight Zone could be a cool show to include. The Sixth Sense. So, yeah, I am kind of wanting to, we're jumping truly all over the place in this live today in these discussions, but to go back to Halloween a little bit for a second, if I were to do just kind of like a more psychological thriller poll, it seems like The Sixth Sense could fall in that category, so I was definitely thinking of including that, but I'd have to figure out what else I could put in that type of poll for Halloween movies. Um, um, da 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 da. You're thinking of San Junipero, y'all knew. White Christmas and Andromeda. I don't remember off the top of my head which episodes those were, so I'll have to find them. White Christmas. Let me, if I look at the, oh, that's the one with John Hamm. I would have to rewatch this one. I know that I definitely saw it because I've seen everything up to this season, but I don't remember it that well. I do love me some John Hamm though. I have if I were to do a TV show, big poll, I probably wouldn't include Mad Men because I've seen the first like 3 seasons of that, I think. It's a show that I remember in like 2020, 2021 pandemic times. I started a decent bit of shows at the same time or around the same time. And so then I don't really know why. I'm trying to remember why, but I just kind of ended up falling off of a lot of shows. So that's one of the shows that I started and genuinely was enjoying. It's not like I didn't like it and didn't finish watching it. I just kind of forgot to finish watching it. I feel like I did that with Community also, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel and The Handmaid's Tale. Those are, I think it was those shows that I was watching around the same time. And then I just never really finished them, which is very unlike me in general, but happened with a decent bit of shows, so maybe it is like me. Usually I will finish a show even if I'm not enjoying it. I'm just like, oh well, let's see what happens. Okay, let's do Camilla's Oscar and Peanut's pick. Let's do Peanut's pick first. Because the only thing Peanut clearly portrayed to me is that he does not want to be anywhere around the Obsession universe, the Obsession, anything to do with it. If you know, you know. And so I won't spoil anything. But Bear's grandma's house in particular, it's a big no from Peanut. What I would like to see, selfishly, is a claymation version of Peanut. So of course I would love him to be in the world of Fantastic Mr. Fox. But I feel like he could also, in the new Superman movie, he could have a lot of fun with Crypto if Crypto would be willing to, you know, share a little bit of his powers with him. Or even if not, I feel like that could be the cutest duo on the planet, obviously. Getting way too into this. But he basically, he's just anti-obsession, if you can imagine. And so I said that he could join me in my Oscar pick, which is Fantastic Mr. Fox, because I selfishly do want to see him as the claymation version of Peanut. So there's that. Yeah, my Oscar goes to Fantastic Mr. Fox, but it was a hard choice. I was kind of debating between that, Fight Club, and Obsession. Anything else? Is there anything? There's other things that are high up there, but I think as far as favorites, those would be it. So those are the choice awards for June and July. There were so many options. I tried to spread the love a little bit, but I guess we didn't end up. What did I not award? I didn't really award anyone but Loki from the Marvel universe. I didn't really award anything from Quickly Down Under. Or from the older Superman movie. Or from Fistful of Dollars, I guess. It doesn't mean there aren't, great moments and standout moments or anything. But there's just so many choices these past 2 months. Yeah. What do y'all think? Should I try to change up the awards or should we just stick with the same ones? I don't know. It's easier for me to read them on this screen right now. I don't know. What do y'all think? I don't know. I feel like I don't know if it's getting stale. I don't know if we need new awards. But I do like having the same categories every month at the same time to kind of compare the best ofs in a way. Okay. I'm gonna pull up my calendar because, as I mentioned, if you stick around to the end of the live stream, I will verbal reveal of what is coming in the month of August, roughly. There might be a little spillover into September since that's how it's structured on the calendar. But let's see. Let me get this tab open, actually. This will be better. Da, 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 da. Okay. So, coming next week, we're going to have more Marvel with Thor, The Dark World. We're going to have Backrooms. So that'll be a fun little surprise. We will, all throughout the month, we'll have more Mandalorian. I think I'll just, yeah. So that will be happening. But sorry, I need to move this to this window actually. So that I can, where'd you guys go? I don't even know if I'm still live. Okay, here we go. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Backrooms, Thor: The Dark World. The order that I'm saying things in might change up a little bit, or it might roughly be this order. Captain America: The Winter Soldier for a few dollars more. Crocodile Dundee. Mandalorian all throughout. Guardians of the Galaxy. The Godfather. I've been waiting to post The Godfather until I had a good little spot for it. And then we will eventually get to Godfather parts 2 and 3. I think that'll more so be in September technically. But I'm really excited to do The Godfather. Sunset Boulevard. Whiplash. I think I'll edit that for YouTube. I still keep debating it, but I really loved Whiplash. Spoiler. But, and Spider-Man, as of right now, will also be in August because if you're following along with any of Marvel, I was thinking and debating, should I just also throw in the Sony Spider-Man movies? And I think I would like to do that because I would like to see, what people were even comparing the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies to and whatnot. I think I have I think I do know that the Green Goblin is the villain in maybe the first one, at least one of them. So I think that's kind of the only thing I know going into the first one. And obviously Kirsten. She's the girl. Like I know who some of the main actors and some of them are, of course, obviously, including Spider-Man. Anyway, so that's I guess that is, yeah, I mean, I listed off a lot of things, but yeah, that's what's coming in August on the channel. So get excited. We have different things going on in the Patreon world though, which I think I've already told everyone on Patreon. a rough idea of what's coming. But if you're curious, I guess I'll tell y'all too. Or if you just didn't, if you're on Patreon and you missed that, because I put it in the bonus video. But we're gonna be doing Insomnia back. Are we not getting to Memento in August? I might need to bump that up because I want to start putting the Nolan movies on the channel. Ooh. I feel like we're doing a lot of different things right now. And so I'm trying to make sure that everything is incorporated, but I need to, I haven't put Memento on the YouTube calendar at all. Or any of the Nolan movies. I need to fit those in there. Whoops. Yeah, some stuff might have to change around because I want to cram those in. Start the Nolan journey on YouTube as well. Well, whoops. Well, yeah. Maybe that too at some point. Maybe new awards. Okay, good feedback. I do think, yeah. It also is kind of a lot of awards each month. I don't know. Or is it a good amount? I don't know. I guess I need to do some introspection. Do you like the newer stuff more than older stuff or unsure? Do you mean... Ooh, Best Sidekicks could be a good award. I'll keep that in mind. But do you mean just movies in general? Or do you mean specifically with like a franchise or something like Star Wars or whatever? Because I don't think I have a strong preference. Okay. Yay, Sunset Boulevard. The Abyss. Is that a... Is that a horror movie or just a general movie suggestion? Whoa. Sci-fi adventure. Okay. Ooh, Ed Harris. We were just talking about Westworld. Okay, let's see. Even if you don't make a video for it, I'd recommend watching Following, Nolan's first film. Well, don't you worry, because I did. It's already on Patreon. Once again, I don't think I'm going to edit that one for YouTube. I just don't know if it'll be worth, the time that it takes me to edit something. But it will be on Patreon, and maybe I'll change my mind one day. Like, I'm currently thinking of randomly throwing Paths of Glory up on YouTube because I didn't really realize before starting Kubrick how beloved Paths of Glory kind of is for a lot of people as well. And this would, this is something that I watched back in December or November or January. But, a while ago now, I was watching it with all of the Kubrick movies, and there's still several that I'm not going to put on YouTube. But Paths of Glory is the one that I'm kind of considering putting up, but we'll see also. So that is just to say that maybe I'll end up putting Following up eventually, but right now I do plan to just start with Memento, But I think Following is really great. And if any of you haven't seen Following, where did I watch it? I think I watched it on Tubi. I think you can watch it for free. So yeah, Nolan's first movie made with, I think it's $6,000. And it's a movie, it's really great. It's an hour and like 10 minutes. So it's an easy watch. I'm sure a decent bit of you probably have seen it, but if you haven't, it's very good. I think it's, it's always the more and more that we're starting to go director by director as well, it's really cool to see their as far back of a first film, feature film that we can see and find. Um, let's see. If you could adapt anything you wanted to into a TV show or movie that hasn't already been adapted, what would you pick? Personally, I'd adapt the game series Half-Life into a TV show. I don't know anything about that series, but from, the video game adaptations that I've seen so far from video games into a show, I think I've just seen show adaptations. It's really surprised me, you know. It's just The Last of Us and Arcane, I guess, that I've seen that kind of fall into that category, and those have both wowed me and blown me away. So that's really cool. I think that this might just because I'm reading this book right now. Has my reading light on it. A little night light. Think. But it's oh gosh. What did I do? No. Okay. It's called I Who Have Never Known Men. And it's a shorter book by this is fun. By Jacqueline Harpman. And so far, the whole time I've been reading it, I've been like, wow, this would be a really cool show or movie, I think is what I've been more specifically thinking, but I'm like halfway through, so I don't know where it goes. And it is a short book. I was specifically wanting to read a short book, and I remembered a friend had said that she liked this book a lot. And so I picked this one up. Anyway, it's really cool. Just an interesting read so far. It's the premise, which is not a spoiler or anything at all, is that there's 40 women trapped in a cage underground. They have a huge chunk of their memory missing. They still do at the point of the book that I'm at. Like you don't know what exactly happened to them, how they ended up there. There are people guarding them, and all of that. So it is dystopian feeling so far. There's a little bit of a, thriller aspect. And the girl that you're following is the youngest of all of them, and it seems like she's maybe like 16 or 17-ish. And they've been there for years and years, and she's just kind of now coming to like really question things. And anyway, there's just a lot of mystery in it, and in general, I feel like this is a type of show that I would love to watch, but it's very interesting so far. Yeah. It's gotten to a point in the book where I don't want to put it down, but then I do because I need to move on with my day. But yeah, definitely would say that. Yeah, I'm really curious. Now I'm thinking about the book, but I'm really curious where it goes. And then to see at the end, like, if you were to adapt it into something, is it something that would be fun to expand off of, or should it just be a one-off of that story? Because then that kind of tells you, should it be a movie? Should it be like a mini series, one and done? Or is there potential for someone to expand upon the universe? I also haven't done, I don't know if the author is working on anything else in the same genre or anything, but anyway, rant. Pluribus is also pluribus. I think I said that weird. Is also a great slow burn show. Yeah, I am really interested in watching that show. I was interested when it was coming out, and I was kind of thinking, this is so far ahead, but I was kind of thinking that maybe once season 2 is getting close to coming out, which I looked it up at one point. I don't know if it was in some estimated for 2027 or for 2028, but maybe it would just be a little smarter, a little better to save season 1 to watch leading up to season 2, and then we would be able to go into season 2 together. I feel like that is what I might do if it still seems like a show that people would be interested in reactions for at that time. So I think I will begrudgingly save it for something like that. But it does, I think it sounds like it's a sci-fi mystery-ish type of show. I could be very off, but that's seems to be one of my favorite type of genres. Anything that's like a little mystery boxy too. I'd love to see Nolan do a small scale film again, something like Memento, have him make a $15 to $20 million movie. Yeah, what was the budget for The Odyssey? Have you all seen The Odyssey? I'm jealous. Also, when there's a budget, y'all probably know this, but whenever there is a budget posted online, it probably is a lot more than that also. And that's just what they're posting online. $250 million. What is the highest budget movie ever? That's my question now. Jurassic World Dominion. $531 million? No, that's so much money. Ah! It's just crazy. Whoa. Wow. Okay. Mind blown. Okay. The Airplane movie has an Airplane 2 sequel. I don't think I knew that. Any celebration plans for reaching 50K YouTube subscribers? I don't know. Is there anything that could be fun? I mean, other than like, you know, a maybe a more dedicated live stream to that or something. Maybe some sort of poll. But I don't know what the category would be. Would it be maybe your top suggestions? Maybe I could do, I'm just brainstorming. I don't know if this will happen. Maybe I could do a poll. Maybe I could do like a post on YouTube community tab for y'all's top movie reaction requests, and then I could do a poll on the YouTube tab with whatever gets the most likes. It just is that people would, I don't know, I would have to make it so that if you see the movie that you want, give it a like. I don't know. Or I could do some of my movies that I want to watch the most on a poll, but I feel like 50K needs to be a thank you to all of you. Right? Doesn't it sound like it would be a cool adaptation? I'm glad that some of y'all agree. I like can't stop thinking of it in terms of how would you make this into a movie potentially or something? How would you adapt this? But also I'm just also kind of so there's so many questions that they still don't know about their situation. There's so many things to be answered still. So yeah, I'm just excited to, oh, now I want to read it. I'm probably gonna have to read more today. Okay. Oh yeah, but we were talking about the Odyssey for a second. If any of y'all have seen it in the theaters in general or on IMAX or IMAX 70 millimeter, I'm jealous of you because I will be saving it to watch for the channel eventually. And I think it'll be a really fun way to cap off all of the Nolan movies that we're going through. But, you know, it's not gonna be a theatrical experience, which that's okay though. It will be fun to be able to watch it for this. Yeah. Yeah, I would have to guess that Jurassic World Dominion, that high budget, and I imagine that there's a ton of CGI for, dinosaurs. I would have to imagine. Um, at some point we'll get to Jurassic Park movies, but yeah, I do really want to see those. I'm kind of shocked we still haven't made it to those, but they just have never won a poll or anything. I will say I have been on the Velocicoaster roller coaster at Universal, and that is a fun roller coaster. And I remember going through the line, the queue line or whatever. There were so many like photos from the movie. So it's very immersive about the movies and everything. And I had no idea what anything was. So I was like, okay, whatever all of this is. Isn't Laura Dern in the Jurassic Park? The original ones, at least. One day we'll get to them. It really is. I think that when I started the channel, I was thinking / worried, dang, are we gonna, am I just gonna get through everything in like a year? And it's never ending. There's so much to see, and I'm really excited for, probably eventually one day getting through the majority of the more mainstream things and being able to go into some more like niche movies as well. There's just so many. I don't think we're gonna run out anytime soon, which is crazy. Unless I were to somehow be able to watch, have someone edit everything and watch like a movie every single day, then I guess you could get through it a little faster. But yeah. But okay, one last question, one last survey for the crowd. What has been your favorite movie that's come out in 2026 so far? I feel like the top answers would be Project Hail Mary, The Odyssey, and Obsession. Are they one of those? Or do you have a different favorite movie that's come out in 2026? All of that. Speaking of Brainstorm, the movie Brainstorm with Christopher Walken. Oh my gosh, see, to me, like, some of these are more niche movies. What are these? I've never heard of that. I love me some Christopher Walken. And I feel like, so whenever I think about or see Christopher Walken, I always think of the Hairspray movie, because I think that is the first movie I ever saw him in as like a kid-ish. I think that is my first impression of him. And I just think that that's funny because he's such a, renowned actor, I feel like, in so many ways. And for someone like me, for my first impression of anyone who's like, a very lauded actor, to be a musical, especially like a campy musical, I just think that's kind of funny. I mean, John Travolta too, but I think this kind of is more universal in a way because he was so young when he did it. My first impression of him is Grease, of course, which I love. But yeah, I don't know. It feels kind of funny just seeing Christopher Walken in so many other crazy good roles and everything. And yeah. Okay, wait. Ooh, we've got some favorite movies. Oh, greetings from South Africa. I'm going to watch your Blood Diamond reaction a bit later. Okay, I'd be curious. For when I was editing Blood Diamond, it made me want to look up, and then I forgot to look up because Leonardo's accent in that is crazy. And of course, he's from what used to be Rhodesia or whatever, so not quite South Africa. It just is such a weird accent that I feel like he probably nailed, knowing him, but I don't know what exactly that accent's supposed to sound like because it is different from at least any South African accent that I've ever heard. It is still a different, like, twang, different something. So I'm just so curious to see if there's like videos of people who are from like, especially Zimbabwe, Rhodesia, what used to be Rhodesia during that time. What if there's like a specific accent during that time that doesn't really exist anymore? Because it is so similar to a South African accent, but again, just from my impression, because I've only met a handful of people from South Africa before. Yeah, I just am very, very curious. Still many franchises left. Mission Impossible, James Bond, etc. Yeah, there really are. Something else popped in my head reading that. John Wick. Yeah, so many. Without a doubt. Movie every day. No, I'm fully kidding. That's not possible. I was just saying I don't like maybe we could get through things faster if I was doing a movie every single day or something, but I don't know how you would ever do that. You can't. You really can't. I hope you can do the first time watching any football movies since football season starts next month. Please check out Remember the Titans. Yeah, I know I said this on a live a few months ago, and then I didn't end up doing a sports movie poll because I was thinking of doing a poll for. I don't know if there's enough football specific movies that are all, that are to the same level of Remember the Titans. So I was just going to do sports in general. But I haven't done that poll. I don't know if I will do that poll, but we definitely will get to Remember the Titans at some point. Okay, Obsession, Project Hail Mary, Supergirl with laughing emojis. So I don't know if you mean that. Is this sarcasm? Obsession in Backrooms. Sheep Detectives is a great film. Yeah, I just heard about that recently, like within the past week or two. I didn't even realize this was a movie with Hugh Jackman, right? And that people have been loving it, which is great. Hokum, yeah, I have heard of Hokum. Masters of the Universe. I have no idea what that is about. He-Man. I was not. Y'all, drink your water. I just realized I haven't had any water in such a long time. More Clint Eastwood and John Wayne. Don't you worry, we will be doing for a few dollars more within the next couple weeks, and then the good, the bad, and the ugly will come a little bit after that. So don't you worry, it's coming. Have you met any actors live? Yes. I mean, from working in film, sometimes I've been on a TV show where I only end up interacting with like a few of the actors. Sometimes I've been on a TV show where I end up interacting with all of them. But like as a buyer, because when I was an assistant on set, I would be interacting with them all the time, basically. But also just kind of depending, it can be, yeah, it can vary. But as a buyer, I more so was in the office a lot, on set a decent bit, around town shopping, returning things, yada yada. So I wouldn't always meet people is what I'm trying to say, because yeah, it varied, but yes. Any idea on when you might be able to release 12 Angry Men on YouTube? right now, I do have it on the calendar. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I have it for late in September right now. So, yeah. Um, yeah, gosh, yeah, now I'm looking at the calendar again and figuring out what I should shift around so that we can start putting Nolan movies on YouTube. I really thought I had been slotting them in here, but much to my surprise. Oops. Old Rhodesian accent was similar to some accents from South Africa. Leo did an okay job with the accent, but us South Africans can definitely tell the difference. Yeah, I mean, that would make sense. Yeah, we'll have to see if it's possible to see a video or something, watch a video. Because it really is such an interesting accent that he does. I'm like, what what is that? Yeah. Gosh, how long have we been going? Should we wrap this up soon? I might have to wrap this up soon. I actually do. Yeah, I actually do need to head out soon here, but let me just catch up really quick. Oh, because I didn't realize I wasn't getting. Okay, I thought I was caught up, and I just got an influx. They all just appeared. Invincible is a great football movie. I've never heard of that one. I've heard of this TV show, Invincible, just from doing reactions. I feel like being in the reaction world, now I get recommended a lot of reaction videos, and all of that. So I've seen that a lot of people watch this show called Invincible, which I know nothing about, but I've just seen it pop up. Hope you will react to the next season of Chad Powers. I don't know. Should I? If y'all don't know, I watched season 1 of Chad Powers, which is a TV show that I worked on as the prop buyer for season 1, but I have since moved away. So I didn't work on season 2. So I don't really have, I just put it exclusively on Patreon, and it was really fun to watch through. I definitely will watch it. I guess I might as well try to at least put it exclusively on Patreon or something like that, maybe. But yeah, I wasn't really thinking that I would, but I did recently see that season 2 is it's coming out soon, which makes sense. They should definitely time it for football season. But I didn't realize that they were going to turn it around so fast. Oh, okay. More football movie options. Do many of you are many of you football fans? Is there a lot of crossover in this community? Should I do a football poll because you're all football fans? Let's see. Okay, disclosure, favorite movie of the year. How did you make it through Clockwork Orange? You are brave. Thank you. I felt brave watching it. I didn't like it. Have you seen the movie District 9? No. I don't. Have I? I'm trying to envision it, and I don't know if I have any idea about it. Oh, is this like a disaster-y movie or like something? Who made this? Neil Blomkamp? It's a fun name. Okay. South African Canadian film director. Oh. Oh, he did Gran Turismo, which okay. I know who that is. All right. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna wind it up here in a minute. Let me just catch up. Oh, Invincible is a show adapted from a comic book. Okay, that makes sense because it was clearly animated, but I just hadn't looked into what it actually was. I just kept seeing videos pop up with it or about it. Well, maybe I should do a football poll. I don't know, maybe I guess I'm kind of I just kind of lean towards wanting to do a sports movie poll in general though. Let me list off. I keep saying I'm going to leave, but here we go. We're back into another discussion. Where do I have it? I have a note somewhere of all of some other poll ideas. Oh, psychological thriller poll ideas. The Sixth Sense, Misery, Black Swan, and Killing of a Sacred Deer. But maybe we'll have different ones for the Halloween edition of that. Sports movie poll, I put A League of Their Own, Remember the Titans, Talladega Nights, Angels in the Outfield, and The Sandlot, which I feel like are 3 of those baseball movies. Or is A League of Their Own? I don't want to look it up. I know it's more so about women or girls. I don't know if they're children or adults. But so I guess it's probably softball unless they're playing baseball. I don't know. Oh, Western movies. We've already done that poll, so I can scratch that off. Anyway, yeah, that's what I had currently like listed out for the back of my mind for an eventual sports movie poll, just to let y'all in a little bit. But The Blind Side, I did see The Blind Side like when it came out as a kid years ago. And I remember a lot of that one for whatever reason. My memory actually does work well for that one. I think because I saw it multiple times. I'm pretty positive I saw it more than once. Master and Commander. Baby's Day Out. I haven't heard of that. What do you think about Obsession with Nikki and Bear? Well, you've missed a lot of the Obsession talk, but I mean, maybe watch my reaction. I feel like I probably watched, or I don't want to spoil things, you know. I was just debating right then. How much else could I say without spoiling too much for anyone who hasn't seen it and who wants to see it? So yeah, I don't want to say more. I don't want to say more. You can check out my reaction. But I loved Obsession. I really like it. A League of Their Own is a historical film based on the women playing baseball during World War II. So Tom Hanks was up to a lot during World War II. He was Saving Private Ryan, and I think he's like a coach or something, right? That much I do know. Or some sort of mentor, I would guess. Anyway, I know that he's helping out in some way their team. So he did a lot during World War II. My goodness, Tom Hanks, chill out. You need a nap. Are any of his other movies based during World War II? I don't know. Okay, anyway. Also 42. I feel like I do hear a decent bit about that movie. That one could be cool to add to the options. Okay. Well, you guys, we might have to wrap it up here, but I appreciate you all so much for joining, for spending part of your Sunday here with me. Thank you. I appreciate you. Hopefully you had a decent bit of fun going through the awards. If you have other award category ideas or something that you think would be fun, something that you would enjoy, don't put them in the chat, put them in the comments below. Someone said sidekicks. I think that could be fun, but maybe no guarantees because I might forget before the next live, but maybe I could try to change things up a little bit with this, specifically with the awards that we're doing. So yeah, I don't know if you want, or maybe we'll just do same old, same old. But thank you so much for spending some of your Saturday with me. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you soon. I'll see you next week.